What's going on? Happy Monday. Okay, quick question here. If the housing market is supposedly slowing down, why did inventory jump nearly 28%? Buyers are still writing offers and prices just bounced back in February? What? Something interesting is happening in the market right now, and if you are buying, selling, or just trying to figure out what the heck this market is doing, you just need to understand what's actually happening, okay? Because the headlines and the real data are not always telling the same story. What are we talking about today, you guys? We are talking about the stats. Yes, it's my favorite time of the month. Woo! So what's happening all around Washington State? And before we get into the numbers, do me a quick favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your brothers, mothers, cousin, your coworker, your neighbor, and yes, that guy at the taco stand last week who said he had some questions about the housing market, but then got distracted by the queso, okay? Send it to him too, because there's a lot happening right now. Active listings. Okay, let's start with the inventory. At the end of February, there were 13,341 active listings on the market. That is up, my friends, 27.7% year over year compared to 10,448 homes last February. Month over month inventory, it increased, listen to that, it increased 7.8% from January when we had 12,376 homes on the market. Talking with the hands is so great. I can't stop them, you know? So what does this mean? For buyers, this is good news. More choices, more opportunities, a better chance to find something that actually fits your life without feeling like you have to marry the first house you see, right? For sellers, competition has increased. Homes are still selling, but pricing, presentation, and strategy matter, as I've been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks, okay? Because if your house sits on the market overpriced, you've got some splaining to do.
Miss Fine, you got some splaining to do.
And locally, Snohomish County inventory was up 50.2% year over year. That is a huge shift. All right, let's talk about the new listings, the shiny, the bright, the beautiful. In February, brokers added 7,424 new listings to the Northwest Multiple Listing Service database. You guys, that's up 17% year over year. Compared to January, new listings also increased 7.9%. So sellers are looking at the calendar, seeing spring right around the corner and thinking, all right, let's get on before everyone else does. Great idea. All right, for buyers, this means fresh opportunities hitting the market every week. But buyers right now are also very payment conscious. Let's be honest, most people can't just go digging through their couch cushions for a down payment anymore. But you might find Cheetos, you might find a French fry, but you're probably not finding 5% down. All right, pending sales. What buyers are taking off of the market, okay? Let's talk about this buyer activity. There were 5,886 homes pending in February. You guys, that's up 8.7% from January. Year over year, basically flat, up just 0.4%. So what does this tell us? Buyers are still active, very active. They're writing offers, but they're being more careful. If a home is priced right from day one and it shows well, buyers, well, here they go. If we were writing offers and with pens, they'd be like, let's write it up, all right? If it's overpriced, they walk away. But we're officially in what I like to call a Fred Mertz phase of the market. Practical, careful, running the numbers first, and falling in love second. Do you want to know what's going on with the closed sales? Closed sales came in at 4,139 homes in February. That's down. Daddy, we're down. 3% year over year. But month over month, closings were up 19.5% from February, which tells us momentum picked up as we're moving into the year, okay? The total dollar volume of homes sold was over $3.15 billion. What? So this is not a frozen market. It's simply a more thoughtful one.
Skip breakfast at Tiffany's for a little sermon with Bethany. Now I'm sitting at a bar on 17th and I'm gone. With them cold ones coming and that smoke filling up my lungs.
Months of inventory. Let's talk about the months of inventory because this has been a hot topic, okay? A balanced market is typically 4 to 6 months. So here's where we are. Take a look at this. December, if you remember, we had 2.34 months of inventory. Then January, 3.57. So that went up. Guys, months of inventory went up 52.6%. And then February down, so we went down to 3.22. That is a 9.8% decrease. So yes, inventory jumped in January. Woo! Buyers finally took a little breath. But February reminded us that this is still an active market. Some counties remain very tight. Kitsap 2.14, Snohomish 2.36, Island 2.43, Thurston 2.59, and Pierce 2.60. So if you're hearing people say, nobody's buying houses right now, that's just not true. They are. They're just not rewarding lazy pricing anymore. Median price. Now let's talk prices, okay? Because this is where headlines get dramatic. They're so dramatic. The median price in February was $620,000. Take a look at this. Here's the progression. So December, we had $612,250 as our median home price. January, $595,000, so that was down 2.8%. February, yay, $620,000. So that is up 4.2%, you guys, from January. So yes, prices dipped in January. No, the market did not collapse. Nobody needed to panic. February stepped in and said, relax everyone, we're still here. Year over year prices are down 1.6%, but the rebound from January is exactly what we want heading into spring, okay? For buyers, this means the dramatic crash headlines still don't match reality. Inventory is rising, leverage is improving, but prices are holding stronger than many expected. For sellers, okay? I know you're hearing, holy crap, what does this mean for us? Buyers are still willing to pay when the home is positioned correctly, okay? Price plays a big factor in it, but if you don't have somebody that is in your corner that is actively marketing your property and doing all the things to bring you a buyer, you gotta call somebody new, all right? But if you're sitting around waiting to perfectly time the market, you might end up with a bad case of the rickies. And nobody wants that.
Lift kid on a limousine. I got 10 problems down in Tennessee, and I ain't got the time to fix them all.
Are you wondering what's going on with new construction? In February, the median price for new construction was around $750,000. That's down 3% year over year, but you notice that higher than the median home price for resale. Okay? For new construction, builders are holding prices, but they're working harder for the sale. This is where buyers need to look beyond the sticker price. Sometimes the real reality is in the rate buydowns, the closing cost credits, upgrade incentives, lot premium reductions. Sometimes builders are handing out incentives like samples at Costco. So what's the key takeaway today? All right, well, if you're writing things down, inventory is rising, new listings are rising, buyers are still active, prices bounced back in February. This is not a panic market. This is a strategy market. More balanced than before, but still competitive when a home is positioned correctly. If you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or you just want to understand what these numbers mean for your neighborhood, reach out. I can help you understand what homes are actually selling for, what buyers are doing right now, and how to position your home for success. All right? There's a reason why I'm taking these expired listings from where they were and putting them on the market and getting them sold, all right? And again, like the video, subscribe, and share this with your brother's mother's cousin, and yes, the guy at the taco stand. You guys, I'm so glad you stopped by today. I hope you have the very best Monday and an even better week, and I will see you next week. Peace.